Jim Powell's app. Today we have the Midea AC, renovated AC unit, and it's 12,000 BTU. We're going to be installing it today in our new metal shed.
It's already stifling out here.
Yeah, this has a garage door. And what size is this shed?
24 by 30.
24 by 30. It's the morning and it's 92% humidity, which I think it's actually more than that. It's 76 degrees, but it's like 9 a.m. It's going to get up to in the 90s today. So we'll see how this goes.
All right, so we have the instructions. Got a remote control with batteries, various screws and brackets, pins.
I like the remote, that's so nice.
The side insulation. We'll have to cut to order.
The spider.
And the spider. It's more brackets. And in the middle here, with some additional foam things to seal up, make sure there's no airflow going to happen. So on these, this is a tiny little window in the steel building. It's probably the smallest window that you can use. It's exactly 22 inches, and it needs 13 inches from top to bottom, 13.5 inches from top to bottom in order to fit this in. I've marked the center here. First problem come in contact with in this little tiny window is, this is the center. And this is the center of the bracket. Well, there's no more holes on this to move it over to even this out. So it's going to be slightly off center because the bracket doesn't have any more holes. And it doesn't quite, because these little things are pre-designated as what length they're supposed to be. There's a little play in here. So what I've done is gone ahead and marked in these little holes on the end where I'm going to drill. And I'll drill and I'll secure it with the screws that come with it. So when I secured these, they got really close to the edge. And so there's no more play in there. However, it's still not in the middle. Here's the middle, here's the middle. I have a slight dilemma here because it wants to have a secured screw here to keep it from going out the window. And on the other side, I can't get my drill in there to drill it. So I can only do one side. So I'm just gonna have to do one side and go from there. And another dilemma, because these windows so small and it's a metal building, is these cannot adjust any closer to make this level. So when I put this on here, it's going to be slightly off. So what we have to do is I'm going to have to put like a block or something under here to raise these up in order for them to be level or slightly down to the rear of the machine or the rear of the air conditioner. So it's either one that's level or a quarter bubble, just like that. So I'm going to have to find a little piece of wood or block or something to put in there. And problem solved. So I found some PVC blocks put in place here. If they start to rattle or anything, I'll glue them in place or find some Velcro or something. Yeah, I want you to cover the little holes here with the little strips of styrofoam that they give you. Keep it from leaking through. And here's another weird thing with this small window is you have space on this side and hardly anything on this side because these brackets fit in the center and you can't center the bracket, or the little bridges fit in the center of the bracket and you can't center the bracket. So
If it was a larger window, it would work.
yeah, if it's a little bit larger, then you'd have no problem. After it told me to put this seal over the top of this, now it wants to install this open window screws or bracket right here where I just covered up. So I'm gonna screw these down and put the thing back on there, I guess. Cut the shape. The open window brackets are installed, but again, because this does not center properly, I had to force this bracket on there, but it still went on. I measured in between here and here, and I cut this foam piece with a knife, 1/4 inch more than what the measurement is, and wedged it on in there. There was a screw right here that you have to remove. Now you slide this little piece over to secure it to the window. Might need 2 hands for this. Once I've got it in the window here, you can see straight down, I think. There's a little hole right here. I'm gonna put this screw back into and secure this back down. After I've got these awkward things installed, I put foam down so the window can rest on it. Also got foam up here so the air doesn't blow up in between the panes. And I think it's ready to turn it on.
So you push out a little foam, you cut it up and push it down on the...
Put the foam anywhere there's light, there's air could be blowing through. That's quiet too, because all the noise is on the outside. So on the plug, it has a little circuit breaker. When you have a test trip, and you can turn it back on. Has a lot of your controls up here. You can also control it through an app and Alexa, I believe. So here we are. Got to be 90 degrees and 61% humidity inside here, so it's pretty nasty. But hopefully we can cool it down. We're gonna do a little test on how well it cools without insulation this afternoon, as soon as we figure out how hot it's gonna be. Then we'll do it again when we get the insulation in here. So Boom Pals app, like, subscribe, comment, and share. I'll do another video on the controls and the app also.